Hello, 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 and welcome to Extreme Gameplays, where I play games stylishly. Today's gonna be the day I showcase what was left of the Oko. We took an L to the section prior to this yesterday. And today I'm gonna be showcasing what's left of the run that I didn't get to showcase yesterday because of the stupid L, I guess. That stupid L had to happen. Hold on a second. Okay, I just pulled up to the stream. So today I'm gonna be showcasing what's left of the run. I got way too pissed off yesterday, to the point of basically quitting the run. I don't really feel like doing it anymore. I don't like it. I don't think it deserves my time or dedication at all. Quite unlike God of War 3 that totally deserved it all. And there was no bullshit like what happened yesterday. Now yesterday was partly my fault, but it's also the game's fault for not acting like a normal game. Like, surely it's not just Atlas Quake that would have worked in that hallway. What of the other tools? But it's in the past. It is my fault first for not remembering that it's supposed to be done with Atlas Quake. If it ain't fun, it ain't worth doing. It's not just that. How many more things are gonna introduce themselves? I'm just not gonna put up with it. How much bullshit is too much bullshit? I can only, I can only accept so much bullshit that happens. So what I'm gonna do now, what I'm gonna do today is showcase the remainder of the run. I'm gonna try to Oko it, but I'm not gonna try so hard. Like, if I take a hit, I just restart. Nothing too serious. It is sad that yesterday the run wasn't it. It is a bit of an overreaction that I reacted the way I did. You know, the day after, or after the fact of the run. Because in the moment, I was just despairing as usual and ended the stream. But after the stream is where it got even worse. The game is never tainted by this challenge for me. I love this game very much. To care about a challenge run that is just... Okay, what is this gal doing? Just get pushed there. The game never gets tainted with a challenge run as unreasonable as an Oko, but like, it is what it is. I hate the challenge run in this game, therefore I'm not doing it. That's what it ultimately boils down to. So his mind can find some temporary peace. Look, there is the argument that I may return to it one day because I never keep promises on stuff like this. I'm kind of petty for finishing what I start. Finish what you started and whatnot. But like, this is a case where I just hate it. It's just not a fun time where behind every corner something could kill you due to jank. Like, the on-demand decision making for me back there in that encounter yesterday was to go with Chronos Rage. It was wrong, but like, think about it. Wrong in what way? Just because I didn't go with the linear Atlas Quake that I forgot. An Atlas Quake that I use every time. What happened was, my mind kind of mixed up strats for yesterday's hallway encounter. It's not even a difficult encounter. So my mind went somewhere else. My mind was thinking of something Hristos once said. He mentioned to use Atlas Quake in that encounter. So he basically said, make sure to use this and not that. And I was like, oh yeah, I know. This was like this was a month ago, about a month ago. Hristos just threw it out there randomly, right? It was around the time where my PS3 got formatted and I lost all my data and all my games. And I had to get them again. So around that time, I went on a long hiatus from the God of War 2 Oko. Longer than usual, I guess you could say. And around the time I was like, yeah, I know, Atlas Quake every time. But when I made it to that section yesterday, something else crossed my mind. I was like, what if Haristo said use Chronos Rage there? It's just basically the whole thought process of Haristo said use X, do not use Y. And I forgot which was which. Which one to use, which one to not use. Ultimately went with the Chronos Rage in a semi-panic moment. Because come on, it's the ideal thing. It's Chronos Rage. I cast it, I go to grab an enemy in front of me, and I get instantly tagged. That is the most fucked up thing about it. My anger just comes from something outside of the game. Outside of the Oko even. Is the fact that Chronos Rage did not target the enemy right in the middle of the orb and decided to target an enemy way far off. That's what pissed me off. Just something I totally hate now about Chronos Rage. It's a fantastic tool, but like I fucking hate it for that smart focused play that I did yesterday. What was supposed to be smart at least. Hopefully you'll do it on PS5 if they ever release Gears 2 Remastered. It's not happening. I'm gonna replay the game a lot for the rest of time. Nothing can take that away. No amount of bullshit challenge run or bullshit something can take that away from God of War 2. The game remains God of War 2. The challenge was a self-imposed challenge. I shouldn't allow it to taint my view of the game. So yeah, if I used Atlas Quake yesterday, it would have been done. And now you might say something. You made it this far just to quit, and to that I say just pretty much yes. I don't want to put up with discovering an ancient type of way to take damage, not discovered by any human being on Earth. I don't want to be the first guy to discover some way that you can get hit in God of War 2 nobody knew about. It's not a fun time, especially when it happens in an Oko. Because this run, 80% of the whole Oko of God of War 2 is discovering new ways to die. That's not a fun thing to do. How's your cockatiel so quiet? Mine will sing his lungs out if he doesn't get on my shoulders for 5 hours a day. Mine has a different personality. So in this room, what I did was this as a strat. Today is just going to be me explaining the strats. Consider it an Oko. Consider this the last episode of the Oko, basically. So what I do for these guys up there is fairly simple. I climb this, go to the top, boom. Retreat all the way back here so that they all explode, then go back again. Hold on. Let me just demonstrate this better. I equipped Atlas Quake accidentally. What I did here was this. Run away back over here. That semi broke the thingy as well. Now I get on the actual ceiling itself and combat these guys. This strat would have went better. Like if that L that was taken back there was taken in an Oko, which it wouldn't have been. I would have been more careful with confirming the kills. It happened here because I pressed left on the D-pad and Atlas Quake got equipped back there. And it's not a good look. But that's basically the encounter. Where's the beard? One wonders. What will happen after you finish the Oko? Nothing. Just consider the Oko done. Right now I'm just going to demonstrate the strats and that's it. It's of course not officially done. But this is the remainder of the run that I just decided to showcase. Because I felt like these strats are going to go to waste if I don't showcase them. Like the biggest purpose of doing an Oko is learning some new strats, even if it's just for vanilla. So here is the official personal best of mine. I enter this encounter. Okay, why didn't that guy get petrified? See, like, if this happened in an Oko, we would have to adapt and all that. But thank God we're never doing something so dumb again in our lives. Okos are just that. They're dumb. That's the encounter. Let me do it just one more time. Just to demonstrate the strat a little better. Because God of War 2 is full of jank. And that guy, as you saw, decided to not get petrified. See again. Like if this happens in an Oko, I'm killing myself. But thankfully this is not an Oko. You saw the strat back there. I just want to demonstrate it happening one more time, though. Okay, whatever. Let's adapt. What am I doing? This is basically the encounter and what's left of it. Adapting to this is fairly simple. I just want to show the strat going right one more time, because by that point the encounter is easy. It's just jugs left. When they go smaller, they are iframed. Yeah. The most flawed enemies in all of God of War. That's how the encounter should be going if this was a game that functions properly like a normal game. But the game is janky and it goes wrong. And that's what happens with my last personal best. It went janky like this. See, in a normal run of vanilla, I would usually just restart to get the encounter right. Or maybe something fucks up. I take a hit here and there. Nothing big, nothing big. But like in an Oko, we have to go back to the very start of the game, which is just unreasonably dumb. And that's why I'm quitting it. With God of War 3, I never witnessed a single fucking glitch jank like God of War 2. It's just how it is. Which doesn't make God of War 2 bad because of these reasons or bad at all. It's just not a Oko-able game. You can Oko it if you put up with it. Hell, like one of these days if someone picks up this one and does it, kudos. I'm just not gonna be that guy. Because you legitimately can Oko this game. Like yesterday, if I wasn't so horribly unlucky in that encounter, I would have won. Or if I remembered the Atlas Quake, I would have won. Or something else would have came up later, like this encounter going wrong. If this encounter goes wrong, adapting is not the most difficult thing, but it's fucked up. So Typhon's being level 3. Janky sounds like skill issues to me. I can name... God, how many janky instances? I can name a lot of janky stuff in God of War 2, bro. I don't even need to get to that. Without a script, I can name like a lot, just like off rambling. I can name you 10 segments that get janky. It's pure jank. With a script, I can literally list a billboard for you. The problem is there's a lot of RNG in God of War 2. A lot of RNG that even when reduced, new RNG gets introduced. I'm just not doing it.
As proof that he is worthy.
I do blame myself.
No,
Sometimes I
Kratos.
forget strats.
This will be the
It's a
end
problem
of us
with me
all.
and my memory. I forget
You
things.
must stop.
But I do put the blame on the game for a lot of things too.
This is your purpose. Die.
Getting around these
I-
things.
Give my blood to
If you
illuminate
can't
the
Oko God of
way.
War 2, then forget Oko and God of War 1. I am forgetting Oko and that. I'm not doing it. Do you know grab run plus Glowworm instead? Nah, that requires a certain other type of grind. You never quit YouTube. Same goes for Oko. Zusti will be back? No. There's only so much bullshit I can really stand. Like Dante did a Oko for Batman Arkham Asylum. And it was one hell of an Oko. Pure jank. More than God of War 2. Difference between me and him is that he puts up with that. I don't put up with that. It's fine if you put up with this amount of jank and still dedicate time to it. I'm just not. It's not that I can't get it. I just don't want to at this point. It's lost all sense of meaning. It used to mean something to start God of War 2's Oko, but it slowly got worse and worse. Do something fun for a change? I do a lot of other challenge run streams and all that. It's not just God of War 2 Oko. It's just that this was a fun follow-up after God of War 3. Like, yo, he's gonna Oko God of War 2 now. Insane. Which never happened, of course. Dante got 2 Ws though? Yeah, 2 Batman Arkham Asylum Ws. How insane is that? Arkham Asylum is way jankier than 2. Way jankier than 2. The problem that hurts God of War 2's jankiness is that it's a perfect game for the most part. Then rare occasions happen where something janky happens. That's why it hurts me in the guts, like right in the guts. It hurts my soul whenever something stupid happens. Something totally unintended. Fucking camera switches out of nowhere in the most heated battle against Theseus. Like, that didn't end a run and I still felt frustrated about it. It's not always things that end runs. A lot of the times I get frustrated with God of War 2's Oko, or, you know, basically taking damage and whatnot, is even when I win, I still feel like, why did that jump scare happen there? I'm not putting up with it. So many bullshit happens, and then it's not like if we start another attempt we're gonna make it back to where we left off. We're not gonna make it back there. Destroy my enemies and my life is yours. The gods of the OK have abandoned me. Now there is no hope. Ain't no gods that abandoned me. The game is just not built for this challenge. It can be done if you have if you respect the challenge enough. I don't, however. I'll ask all my respect for the challenge to be done. Kinda why you hear me say it does not, you know, deserve my dedication and time. Because it just doesn't. After so many tries, so many strats, so many things to change here and there. All that grind. Just for the game to keep on throwing disrespectful shit. And I don't roll with that. I just don't put up with that. God of War 3 threw its fair share of bullshit. New bullshit, old bullshit. It was never this horrible though. Then again, God of War 3's God of War 3. Miles better than any game. So it might not even be fair to compare the two, but like, when it comes to no damage. It's just the way it is. So for these last two, what I would do is Chronos Rage. I guess 2 Chronos Rages, whatever. Let me pull up my notes so that I can get more accurate with what happens, or what I have written. So, room after the ceiling, jug Cerberus. Skeleton elevator. 2 Chronos Rages there at the end to confirm the kill. Room after that, ceiling grab sentries until all are dead. Oh yeah, I remember. Let's pull up the notes and actually treat it like an actual OCO. Except if we take a hit, we're not restarting anywhere. It's basically a no damage at this point. So first I wait for these guys to drop down here. Tuxedo, what up, homie? Spider Tux is in the chat. So now we race to the end. Hello Zesty, who chooses himself. It is what it is. I care about something that makes sense rather than something that doesn't make sense. What a L. What a stupid game. You can't get more stupid than that. So what's left right now of the run is fairly easy. It's nothing really challenging. Except when we make it to the Sisters of Fate, where it actually might be difficult. Because like the second, the third stage actually, when it's 2v1, that's when it starts getting really, really difficult. Oak over, complete L. Now imagine that in an actual L. Couldn't be me. The funny thing is, I was never a no damage guy. And so doing a next level no damage, basically, a no damage, it's a whole different level. So it's funny how I jumped to that and got it with 3. This time it's just slowly go around. There's no having fun in this game. So a bunch of what you expect in this encounter. You know what's weird in this encounter? Every enemy can practically slap you down from the ceiling if you try to skip the encounter at any point. Like the Gorgon flashes you and you drop to your death, you know, getting shattered. The archers shoot you down, of course. I don't know what these sentries do though. They do nothing. They don't even follow you down. And if they do, they die. But they basically, the idea is that they don't follow you anywhere. So here, I grab. I could get down and spam Chronos Rage, but like, this is an OCO, you can't have fun. Now you want to drop down. Now you can climb up again. Right? Yeah. This is to focus, take him out in a pure on focus form with just grabbing him in the ceiling.
Let the rage of the Titans fuel your blades, Kratos.
I like it this way. It's much better focused when I do it. Would Hristos have given up? I think not, Zesty. If he wants to put up with God of War 2's Oko, all good to him. I just don't want to put up with it. You need to understand that if someone lets go of something, it doesn't mean they're scared of doing it. They actually can't do it. I just don't want to do it. There are a lot of challenge runs that have been done by others that I haven't done. Doesn't particularly mean that I can't do it and I'm, you know, he's the superior player in every kind of way. I've done God of War 3's Oko. I can't say I'm better than 50% of the player base of God of War 3. Like if we're talking like that. You could do a no upgrade run plus for all I know and be better than me in God of War 3. Oko doesn't prove that you're better in the game. It just proves that you no damage the game, which takes skill, of course. You know, no damage a game the whole entirety of the game. But it takes more than just skill. It takes a bit of luck. It takes time and dedication. It takes the want a human being might have. Like, just because I have God of War 3's Oko doesn't prove anything about my skill in God of War 3. You could have done God of War 3 no upgrade run plus, pain plus, no grab run plus. Those just miles better than doing an Oko. Oko shows you a mastery of encounters no other challenge run shows you, but I would like to argue that you don't even need that type of mastery. You don't need it. It's good to have, but you don't absolutely need it as a necessary thing in God of War. What no grab run plus teaches you in a God of War game is just miles better than fucking the trilogy of God of War Okos. What pain plus teaches you in these games, again, miles better than in the Oko. It's like, you know Big V, right? He hasn't done a Clone War pain run. You know, you might say, that's insane, all that talk, oh my god, he hasn't done a pain, he hasn't even done a pain clone. It does not mean anything. You think he can't do it? Like, if he actually wants to do it and sit down through it one day, you think he can't do it? There's such thing as not wanting to do something, not wanting to put up with something. I can totally do the God of War 2 Oko, and I've proven it, by the way. With the strats that I'll showcase today, and what you've been seeing for the past couple of months with the attempts, especially recently, I can prove that I can do it. It's not even a guess. With this stream today, it's gonna get proven that I can do it. It's not really the be-all, end-all destroyer of extreme gameplays when it comes to skill and all that. I can casually showcase a lot of the strats that I came up with. Pain Plus teaches you that Translator sucks. Yes, and it teaches you a lot about drawing aggro in that encounter and making the best out of RNG situations. Point is, none of these runs punish you to the point of back to the start of the game. Which is a lot of things. It's not just a challenge, it's a lot of things. That right there is not a challenge. That is a waste of time. That is asking for more than the average dedication you're willing to give a game. Which, part of why I continued God of War 3 was because it's my favorite piece of media of all time. God of War 2 might have been my first God of War. It might have been what introduced me to God of War back in 2007. My friend's older brother playing it and whatnot. I might have a lot of memories with it. I might be very good at the game with all the challenge runs that I've done for it. It just doesn't warrant an Oko for me at this point. Like, I tried, the game kept introducing new ways, and I found out that I don't put up with that type of bullshit. It's interesting to me that Dante put up with the type of bullshit Arkham Asylum showed. I've got to find out that I'm not gonna withstand this amount of bullshit. Like, if I was in place of Dante when he did Arkham Asylum's Oko, I wouldn't have continued that game. I would have dropped it. I can imagine a lot of people seeing the jank in Arkham Asylum, which I'm sure Dante's gonna explain it whenever his Oko releases. But like, for now, you'd have batarangs that would miss out of random, just nothingness. They would just miss, like no explanation. If you actually want an explanation, there is none. Batarangs just miss, or like you get the sound effect that they hit the enemy, but they don't actually hit the enemy. And you know, invisible enemies hitting you basically. I can go all day with about Arkham Asylum, but I would leave it to the king of Arkham Asylum himself to talk about it whenever he gets the Oko released. I'll let Dante's video do the talking. The fact that he put up with that game's jank is insane to me. I'm not putting up with God of War 2's jank, even though it's significantly less than Arkham Asylum. I try to even respect the fact that the game is not made for no damage for a lot of segments. I'm talking about God of War 2. Even with that considered, that does not excuse the horrible shit. It just doesn't. But yeah, back to my main point. Doing challenge runs, proper challenge runs set up by the old vets of God of War. Big V, whoever was back in the day. Doing these challenge runs will prove much better time, you know, much better use of your time, of your skill, of what you need to learn. Learning the no grab run plus ways of God of War is more important than learning the Oko ways of God of War. I can say the same thing about no upgrade runs. I can say the same thing about pain and pain plus runs. Literally every kind of proper challenge run is better, is a better use of your time than the Oko, than no damaging basically. Hell, if you want to spice things up with no damage, do these challenge runs, and if you want to spice them up, do them in no damage for a second time, because by that point you'll be taking much more care with the encounters, and even have different approaches. Like, you would fight an encounter without a boundary exploit in a normal no upgrade run plus, then you would fight it with a boundary exploit in a no upgrade run plus no damage. Every challenge run is a better use of your time. It sounds cliche that I'm saying, y'all, I quit or whatnot. Hold on, let me focus here. Yeah, I know. So this encounter goes boom, boom. Then the rest spawn in. Let's cancel it. What was that? Why did I take a hit there? In the middle of a magic attack. I swear to Allah, that was one example out of literally 100 that you can get out of God of War 2 if you just watch the streams. Like, if that happened in an Oka, I would have a heart attack. Like, dead ass a heart attack. It's not worth my fucking time. Shit like that can just decide to happen, it's not even near worth my time. I decided to cancel my Gorgon Rage, and that's what I get for trying to cancel my Gorgon Rage. Such fun. If you don't want to do a challenge run, don't do it. That's the lesson that you need to learn. Sometimes it's not deserving of your time. Let's backtrack. Actually, before I backtrack, yeah, let's open this up all right now, then backtrack. Isn't that your fault though? I used a magic attack. I switched to the bow to cancel my Gorgon Rage. Yet Kratos still went with the Titan Storm. I was like, okay, fine, he went with the Titan Storm. Guess what? You get hit in the middle of the magic attack. What kind of faulty logic is that in God of War 2 that has iframes for its magic attacks? Bro tried to use Titan Storm with Typhoon's Bane. Insanely funny, right? What is the next challenge? There are countless challenges that I haven't done. Hold on a second. I'll be back. Let me take Lulu out. I'm back. Let's backtrack. 3 things scientists can't explain. Bermuda Triangle, why unskippable cutscenes exist, and invisible batarangs. You will explain invisible batarangs in your video. That I'm still hugely looking forward to. Here's the fuckiest thing about Okos. They're very interesting. I've always said it in every stream where I talk about Oko. It's just that everything is against the odds or whatnot. Like, it's this otherworldly challenge, more difficult than any other challenge. It's pointless, but it's more difficult than any other challenge. The only good that I'll take what's good. I'll take what I learn, of course. I'll take the strats that I learned. I'll take everything that I had to learn. It's good. But at the end of the day, is it really that important to learn no damaging that hardly? For me, it's not. If it is for you, you wanted to do an Oko, go ahead. It's just not for me. No damaging in general is not for me. I try my best to not take hits, but no damaging in general is just not for me. Like, if I take a hit normally in an encounter, I don't restart. I rarely do when something looks very messy as an encounter. There's no explanation, it just happens. Whatever, man, I'm waiting for that Asylum Oko. So here I slowly approach the stairs until I get enemies. Because these guys can be dangerous. They prove danger in practice. Just like that. And then eliminate the rest. We're almost about to upgrade the hammer to level 3 as well. Lovely how 360 toss is always a confirmed hit. A confirmed kill on the Legionnaire. Upgrade maybe? No, I'm waiting to get 17,000 orbs. Which I guess right now, yeah. There. So, of course. Just a bit longer. I'll get it before the Kraken, that's what matters. If I ever do an Oko on stream, will you guide me? No. I don't recommend the run. Did you play all PS2 games? No. There are a bunch of games that I haven't played in PS2. Especially a bunch of great games which I regret never getting into, but how would I know? I was just way too busy with God of War back in the PS2 days. God of War, Resident Evil games. What else did I play? Basically just God of War, Resident Evil, Grand Theft Auto games. Even PES, Pro Evolution Soccer games. A lot of action games I never played in the PS2. Those involving Devil May Cry. Ninja Gaiden. Not Ninja Gaiden, what the fuck. Devil May Cry. God Hand. And I believe a lot of you guys haven't played this game either. Chaos Legion, which is supposedly a great game. I never saw it. Played a lot of games. San Andreas Oko, yes, Sig. San Andreas Oko. What challenge will doing after Ascension Pain Plus? So what's on the backlog right now is no weapon run. That challenge, no weapon run in God of War 3. But with a twist. See, Dante is doing a no weapon run in God of War 3, but different than the one that Zasser did. Search up the channel Zasser, Z-A-S-E-R. He has a no weapon run for God of War 3 and a no weapon run Redux for God of War 3. Two very interesting runs. And he does it using, of course, he doesn't count the items as weapons, just because the game doesn't call them weapons and all that. Which is totally fair. That's the no weapon run in God of War 3. Except Dante did it, is doing it, I guess, a bit differently. He does not use the items unless forced to. So that helps him kind of route his way using battering rams, for example, or anything. In a kind of creative way first, like trying to beat them with actually nothing in hand. And then when he's only forced to, he uses the Bow of Apollo, the Head of Helios, the Bruce of Hermes. Chaos Legion of Souls. Do you still do God of War 3 challenge runs? Hell yeah. I have Claws of Hades Pain Plus, Nemean Cestus Pain Plus. Challenge runs never end in God of War. They're always fun. These guys aren't that challenging, so take them out quickly. Next up is going to be the Kraken, which is going to be really interesting to showcase. It's the one that I've been waiting to showcase for you guys. It's really one of the best strats that came out of the Oko. See, here's the thing. Here's another talk to have right now. Oko is something that I don't really like. I like it, you know, in the moment if I'm winning, but then I despise it whenever I'm not doing it. But then I like it when I announce it. But broadly, it's not my thing. It's not I'm not into no damaging things, let alone no damaging a whole game in one segment. But the strats that come out of it are very insanely interesting. Most of these strats happen because I'm doing an Oko. I'm not trying to take a hit. I route out my plan around the game very carefully. Which you could strike the argument of you can do that without having the Oko in your experiments. Which, like, old vets like Big V experimented with the Blade of Artemis. Without even Pain Plus being a thing. Without Pain being a thing in God of War 1. You can just think about that.
I have come too far to fail.
But then, of course, when Pain Artemis gets introduced, one naturally dives deeper and deeper into the Blade of Artemis. You can't say you're not a no damage guy while you never did a no damage. No Okus are different. I did do a no damage God of War 3 no upgrade 1 plus. But yeah, like generally I'm not a no damage guy. A guy that is a no damage enthusiast, he actually goes to no damage everything. Like Xemnas is that way. He sets his strats around no damage. That still obscures a bunch of strats you can try out, a bunch of risky strats, but the outcome is very amazing. So there is a mastery in that. But like look at Xemnas for example in his videos. His whole branding idea is that he no damages these games under insane challenge runs. That is a whole different thing than Oko. I guess you're right. His approach for every challenge is, okay, we learned the challenge run, no grab run plus. Now let's do that no damage. That's what matters to him, I guess. I wonder how most God of War proper challenge runs would go without boundaries and other exploits. You will never know how that would go because boundaries and other exploits are just a thing. This is like saying, I wonder how the world would go without women. We'll never get to see that because the reality is just that. Or to anything basically. That example back there was a bit extreme. decrease the game volume. I'm just talking, that's why I decreased it. Do you have an interest in the Silent Hill series or not? I think you should try them and maybe stream them. Especially 2 shit is psychological. I haven't played a single Silent Hill game. I've heard many praise for them though.
No choice.
I just haven't played them.
I had to seek out the sisters.
Like my friends tell me to, it's not that mechanically deep of a game. It's more so the horror aspect of it that's great. It's not a mechanics freak like Resident Evil. Not that Resident Evil is that big of a mechanics freak. But like something like the gunpowder mechanic that got introduced in Resident Evil 3, I doubt that's in Silent Hill. Or like any other thing basically. The Jill dodging for how sloppy it is. Choice making, I don't know. It's just not as deep as Resident Evil mechanics from what I've heard. Then again, these are just words. I haven't played the game.
I am through doing the bidding of the gods. Come down here and face me now, Zeus.
Let's start from Remake, the new upcoming one. Should I start there? Honestly, I'm into trying out medias and how they originally were. Like original Silent Hill 2 would be more interesting to me than the remake. Because at that point, I get to play the original, then go to the remake and see, oh, the differences. Let's see how Pain Plus HCV would go without taunt exploitation. You can't have this universe you're speaking of because the universe you're living in just has taunt exploitation. Besides, you can go ahead and try that though. For me, honestly, taunt exploitation is just something that instinctively is in my mind every time I play now. It's just there. Like, you might notice it as if you're a challenge runner and you do taunt exploitations, you might notice another challenge runner trying to run a little to the outside to get the satyr to taunt a bit. But you can't just do this fighting it head on. I just don't see the reasoning behind it though. The horror and the story. It's the type of game you beat and you feel something different if you had changed. Is it a Hideo Kojima game at any point? Why do I hear a lot of Hideo Kojima's name whenever Silent Hill is mentioned?
To what end?
I love this moment so much, seeing Kratos straight up losing his shit. It's amazing. It's Kratos' rage justified in the best of ways. Then again, Zeus is justified to destroy Sparta. If Kratos, a random Spartan that happened to be his son, one day woke up and chose violence like that for Sparta, he's a Spartan, that strong of a Spartan, there's no reason another Spartan wouldn't rise up one day to kill Zeus. So, logically, he had to take care of Sparta.
The time to act is upon us, Kratos. This battle is just the beginning of a great war that is to come.
3 bonks on left tentacle, bait left or attack. Okay, I get it. So we do not drop here because we don't want to waste the rage mode, even though if you wasted it, it's not really that big of a deal. Kratos eventually escapes himself without activating the rage. He was ordered to make Silent Hill remake. Doesn't he have an original Silent Hill? So, how this fight goes is very, very interesting. It's a new way to approach it. We come over here. It does that attack. We close up. Bonk. Hit it in the head. We bait another attack. We close in. Bonk. And that's that. You see how great this fight turns out now in the Oko? Now, a strat like this could have been discovered if someone just wanted to dabble with the Kraken. But you rarely want to dabble with the Kraken so much. If you discover strats for the Kraken without an Oko, that's that. But the Oko forced me to discover a strat like this, total safety. But it's also very fun to do. There's the idea of speedruns as well. I don't like speedruns. Okay, hold left. Hold the right analog to the left so that Kratos dodges after that. Now what you do is 1, 2, 3. You hit him in the head with the fuck my ass gap. Anyways, you hit him with these from the safe spot right here. And then you hit him with the last one. Getting on this while facing either right or left is better. Hit the knob on your way there. If you miss it, it is what it is. You see how fast this fight went on? So now you hold the both analogs forward. When this transition is done, you just sprint towards his chest. As such. Then you go 1, 2, 1. Then you go 1, 2, 1. Let's do it one more time. It's fun. It is one of the most fun strats ever. This enemy ugly as hell. Oh no. Now this got me thinking about doing a pure pain plus like this. But then I saw that connecting one triangle is just makes it over. Like this is a level 3 hammer hitting the head knob. So of course we're done with the fight this quickly. If you go with level 1 blades air triangle attacks, it's stupid. That was clean. It is very, very clean. I fucking love how clean it is. This is why I felt like streaming this. I didn't want these strats to never see the light of day. This would have happened in the ideal Oko. What difficulty is this? Very hard. So hold the right analog to the left so that you roll closer to the tentacle. 1, 2, 1. It takes 3 hits. Get to the safe spot. Storm him. It takes 3 storms. Make sure to stay in the safe spot right here. And now that's that. What's Pain Plus? It is the ultimate challenge run of every God of War game. Activate Rage. Maxed out Blades, baby. Now after this, if I have this bit of magic that I have right now left, the fight is much easier when I make it to his chest right here. Because here's what you do. You run towards his chest, activate Chronos Rage. Boom, boom, boom. Just block. And it's over. Still sad thinking about... Did I not press R1? I thought I pressed R1. Deep throat the bitch out of this Kraken. After knowing Oko strats, vanilla seems easy as fuck. If you go with this routing, yes, you break the game. It's not even fun. Like, this is a routing for a for a very, very simple type of playing, where you want to slay and break the game. If you want to have that type of run, if you want to go on a power trip using maxed out Uralis set the moment you get it, go with it. It is very fun. It is the optimal way to go with the Oko. Yeah, blades. Look at the screen. He got a projectile at you and cancelled it. It doesn't matter. I demonstrated what I wanted to do. I just looked away to press R1. Losing this QTE, you lose health when it happens, because why not? That was clean in the end. I need to go get the dinner. I hope I didn't miss anything. What's left right now is 3 battles. Or 4. Lachesis and Atropos. Then we have the Loon Chamber. The Goon Chamber. Then we have Clotho. Then we have Zeus. Kraken pushed you back while Kratos was pulling on the lever. Now if that happened in an Oko, you know what goes. God over 2 Oko pain plus 1. You're gonna have to wait a long time for this. Do keep waiting though. One of these days is gonna happen. Trust me. And my mouth. Goon chamber. It is a very fun encounter. Admittedly very easy on Oko. Oddities could happen and you could get shot. Which I am rusty, I haven't done it in a hot minute. Then again, man, a lot of my rustiness right now, I blame it on the PS3 getting formatted. Because if it hadn't been formatted, imagine the grind continuing. Because I'm dead ass when I say this. I would go on to an Oko streak every day. Literally every day. Like every day would be me waking up trying to Oko. That's how I got as good as I am right now with the later game. Or even with Pegasus 2. I basically got to a point where I'm just so good at the game. It's the freaking Spartan. It's the bat! Sisters of Fate though, they are difficult. They're just an execution freak, just like Theseus. It might not look like it whenever I showcase how to fight them right now in just a minute. But trust me, for the third stage at least, it is. We got to the Stepsisters of Fate? Hell yeah. Imagine being so good and quitting. Because I don't want to put up with a challenge run that does not deserve my time. Yes. I can get it, but I don't want to. I can get it if I grind it for like another month. I'd say a month or 2 months. There's not a single damn challenge run that I can't get. It's about wanting to get it though. The challenge run doesn't scare me. It's just that it's not worth my time. And dedication. And effort. And strategizing. And manpower. Yeah, at this point we're upgrading the blades. That's what we want to upgrade. To make up for this Oko, this game on easy mode. To make up for this Oko, this game on easy mode? Nah. I would have guessed that you would get it within a week. No. Like, if it's a continuous grind, no one knows what's gonna happen, realistically. But I would give it a month or 2 if I kept the grind. If I put up with this. I would give it a month, and I would have gotten it.
It was I who deemed that the Titans lose the Great War, and I...
Catching an Oko from the ass of Santa Monica Studio is not worth my time, chat. It ultimately is just not. Things might have been different if my PS3 didn't get formatted and I didn't take a long break. Or like... maybe if I kept this off stream. But I don't care about it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. If one day I upload something and I say God of War 2 Oko is done, that's that, but I doubt that's ever gonna happen. I just don't feel like Okoing ever again. Trick, what you want to do is triangle. Hold on. Let me demonstrate. Triangle, delay, triangle. Triangle, delay, triangle. This way she never flees from you. This way you can confirm 2 hits of the hammer without having her free away from you. Like that. See, I hit her quick back there. That's why she tried to evade. 1, 2, 3, beep, and then it is what it is. At least she doesn't leave the orb. So you can jump in here and do this. I jump into it like that and take a hit. Hold on. I guess I forgot. Hold on. Does my notes even have anything that says jump into that to punish? Sisters. Paste out T1 attacks with BH. Air fight is simple. Instantly to P2. Camp by the lower right part of the whole arena. CR when she gets close. Attack with BH. Part 3. Instantly move to foreground. Same as part 1, but try to get a Tropos out of the fight. When shattering a Tropo, grapple to the nearby grapple point and then dodge. I suppose so that the projectile doesn't hit me. Yeah, but now let's take this actually seriously and do it in the actual Oko way. 1, and just pace out your hits. 1, 2, 3, boom, boom. 1, 2. He's distracted by the boobas. I can see them. My hammer's at level 3, dealing insane damage, which is good. Don't be in the air when she is leaping off to the air like that, because she slightly damages you. I think it's done. This phase is about to be done. Or maybe she's glitched out because she loves doing that sometimes. Okay, she's done. Wait for her to get to the air because she might do that attack. Staying on the ground lures her. That's the first phase. Fight of the ages here. Is he gonna do Oko and anything else? No. Who wouldn't be distracted? I'm serious, I'll do it whenever they release it on PS5. Look, I'm not that way, but I'm sure I have friends that are that way. One amongst them is Alpha in the chat right now, that absolutely despises God of War 2 because of a section in a challenge run. So you never know if you are that guy that hates a game because of an unreasonably difficult fight or challenge, unless you try. And by the time you try, it's too late to redeem the game for yourself. I'm not that way. I love God of War 2 still. It's still my second favorite game of all time. Yada yada yada. Like, even though the L yesterday was fucking fatal, I would say, it mentally destroyed me and I couldn't sleep. Like, I have 2 hours of sleep right now. I don't know how I'm operating. But that doesn't taint my view of God of War 2. If it's not made to be no damaged in some spots, and it depends on RNG in some spots, it is what it is. It is the game's design. I don't respect it in a no. If I was a no damage runner, but I don't care. But in an Oko, you have to care. So what you do here is stay here and block, basically. That way the projectiles hit the ground. Whenever this is all done, you do Chronos Rage, which targets a whopping 4 characters sometimes, if it feels like it, in a hallway encounter. Whenever you see a Tropos move, you gotta move to where she is. attack. There's a lot of magic given as well in here. I've been watching you for over 3 years now, just saying. I'm warning you. I'm not saying you will hate the game if you take 15 L's. I'm saying you don't know yourself unless you've actually done the Oko and taken L's. Sometimes you just... some people hate the game because of a bad experience. Like, the bad experience does not even represent the game. Like, Oko does not represent how you're supposed to play God of War 2. You're not supposed to restart the entire game if you take a hit. That's why Oko is just so unreasonable. And it doesn't make me, you know, kind of hate God of War 2 or whatnot. What the fuck is this? I can't believe that soul damaged her. Wait, I remember Kira saying souls don't deal damage on bosses. So what's up with that? We're gonna be left with a lot of magic attack after this, making the fight easier from here on. We grapple onto this whenever she does that. And that's the Sisters of Fate. Off to the Loon Chamber. This last phase is the hardest phase. Bro is role-playing in chat right now. If I do the Oko Zesty, will you consider me a friend? You'll be my best friend by then. Mustafa, well, what exactly do you mean by fucked up? Something else if I said... Aha. That's how it is. We're gonna take the Blaze to level 4 by the time we make it to Zeus. So that's gonna be good. Because against Zeus, you do need to end that phase where you have the blades faster. Even though it is generally the easier phase. The one where you have the Blade of Olympus is the riskiest because it practically doesn't make a difference. Let me pull up my notes just to see how I deal with this. That was the right start. Gorgon Rage, second wave. Okay, Gorgon Rage, hold on. Let's do that again then. Actually, not really. From here on, I just fight normally. God, I love this attack, man. By this point, you're just broken. God, I love this attack. I'm thinking of doing a special attacks tier list one day. But it just takes a lot of time to set up tier lists that are not officially available. Like, ranking God of War games in a tier list is easy to do. Ranking all characters based on character design is not easy to do. Second wave, Gorgon and Sirens. Okay, so Storm from foreground, managed with Barbarian Hammer and Golden Fleece. Okay, okay. It's not now, but like now I can cook this up. And just Golden Fleece in a corner. And occasionally drop some of these nukes on them. So here I spawn the enemies. Then I back up like that. And then I do this. And I take out this Siren. And then I take out the Gorgons and manage the rest. I could storm them again, but I'm not going to. Third wave, launch Satyr, 1 Chronos Rage and BH. Storm the rest. We're gonna need this magic chest. Right now there's another encounter here. Let me just do that one more time. I wasn't paying attention. What you do is corner yourself and go with Golden Fleece. This is better. I'm kind of recollecting what I need to do here. So I do this. Oh, you know what? We can do that. This fucking attack, man. It just works so well with God of War 2's enemies as well. That's what I love about it. The range and how wide it is. The fact that it's not affected by difficulty. There's a lot to love about that attack. Imagine if this was an actual run and you failed here. In an actual run, I would be way more focused than just casually explaining this, casually breathing normally. Like, didn't you compare how I'm playing today? You know, my posture, my mewing streak. Now, for real, compare everything, the way I looked yesterday while playing, to now. Especially now that I haven't slept a lot yesterday night. But leave even that aside. I'm just casually doing this right now. It is much too different when I'm in an actual Oko. I realize I'm in an actual Oko. And I take it far more serious than what you're seeing here, which is just me chilling. Me being chilling. An actual Oko is wildly different. My way of approaching everything is different. Everything is serious. Everything is the end of the world. Thank you for the assist, Gorgon. This time with a bit more focus, please. The hell is mewing? Don't you know what mewing is? Better not know then. You don't deserve to know. See, a much more careful attempt like this would be what the Oko would look like. Now for this third stage. Okay, not here. One Chronos Rage and the rest just Barbarian Hammer. You got it. One, two, and it's dead. For the rest, you can just storm them. And storm them again. But you can just fire them from far from now on. You can even use the Satyr for collisions as like this. You can spawn kill this guy actually. Now really be careful. The rest are pretty easy. Level 3 hammer truly just clears everybody. I'm fine with the PS5 I got 4 years ago, thanks Sony. How much does the storm deal in terms of damage? It deals a lot of damage, that's all you need to know. So these next couple of guys are gonna get Gorgon Raged so bad. The game is so gay, by the way. Like, insane levels of gay. You wouldn't even believe. Levels of gay that I never thought possible. But we'll manage. It is what it is. It's a shitty game sometimes, but it is what it is. Swear to God, I hate God of War 2 sometimes, man. Admittedly, my position was bad, so let's stop whining. I could have ground triangled, but this is just me faffing around at this point. The point is to show you guys the no damage strats for these, but like in a cookie cutter way. Like if this was an actual Oko, these strats would have been executed much more carefully. We made it to the end already. I just got here, lol. Now this is just like showing the strats. It's nothing serious. The audacity to job to that. If this was an Oko, there wouldn't be no stunts like jump, use the fire. I was trying to might of the King Shockwave behind the Cyclops. In the Oko, it would have been just what you saw happen. And then again, even if you fail, it's not that hard to manage. Like if I even panicked, it would have been Kronos Rage back there to save us. So here's a segment where you take force damage. But we can get behind that. By doing this. Otherwise this arm grabs you and you can't really you take damage basically. Now the Oko is done. It's almost done. Zeus is a bit tricky. I wonder how he's gonna go. But I'm gonna show something that might be new for you guys. Something Zimnas told me about. I would rather just find the PKG file and download it, then download something else and change it. Like it saved you in the actual run. Whoops, never mind. Oh, Kronos Rage. Of course. Kronos Rage have never disappointed me so much as it did in yesterday's hallway. I don't know why I just decided to only target 4 enemies. I mean, realistically, that's not even the main reason for me being so pissed. There are other reasons, mainly just me not wanting to do it anymore. Like, the talk doesn't get more simple than that. I just don't want to do it anymore. What I saw happen throughout the run was enough for me to never do it again. So it was all that in combination with the L being at a place that doesn't even deserve to end a run. It's just trashy. Now level 4 blades. That's that. We never upgrade anything else besides that. We will freeze time, however. Simple double jump into Chronos Rage breaks this. You don't need to climb the wall and then the ceiling. This with a little bit more try hard and actually putting up with the actual job that is to do an Oko in God of War 2, and you have me with a God of War 2 Oko. I just don't want to do that or have that anymore. I guess I don't want to put up with it. It is not hard in the fun way where I'm learning things that I would actually need to learn. It's hard in a tedious way where I have to restart the run every time. I guess I'm being pretty clear on why I decided to stop. Yesterday's L wasn't even something so profoundly janky or broken. My biggest issue was the Chronos Rage not targeting the enemy right in front of me. And then when restarting, finding out that it targeted a whopping 4 enemies. But that's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing compared to the L's that I could have gotten. Like against Theseus, for example, when the camera switched when I got close to this platform. Or like any other, you know, L that is undeserved that I've gotten before. Is the culmination of all these run killers that made me stop. I just don't want to do it. With God of War 3, pettiness, and I mean like heavy pettiness kicked in. Because it's God of War 3, I felt very prideful for not taking the W home. How can I not get it? All kinds of complexes kicked in with God of War 3. But that's a different game. That's my favorite game. That's an otherwise perfect game with most of the faults being on my end, not due to shitty RNG. Yeah, that's why it had to happen. Devious Justice. Zeus should be easy. When you think about it this way, you say Zeus should be easy, right? Well, like when you see him, when you fight him under Oko rules, it's a bit more scary than that. There's the Divine Retribution lasers loop that we always do in every challenge run. And we do try to do it here, but it's kind of scary. You can't just safely do it all you want. Have Zeus one time go for the bolts, and you know, you just take a hit, you move on, okay, the battle's still on. No, you take the bolt to the face, you're back to the start of the game. Not a fun time. So for the Oko, you're gonna have to do much more focused Divine Retribution lasers. Even now, as you draw your last breath, you continue to defy me, no matter.
What? How can this be? The sisters of fate have aided you. Unexpected. The sisters are dead. I underestimated you. A mistake I do not intend to repeat.
Get that zip pussy. Oh man. Daddy, I am home.
Now I will show you the true power of a god.
The sisters are dead. I don't remember Zesty failing any QTE throughout any Oko attempt. There was one against a Gorgon, which rarely happens. Rarely will you catch me actually failing Gorgon QTEs. But it happened due to stress, I guess. Underestimate is a power that shall not be used. Yes, always bring it your A game. Bro, is the actual voice actor that means Zesty is over 40? Yes. Believe it or not. So the battle starts. What I do is I stand on this line right here. Siren spawns. 1, 2, 3. Chronos Rage. And then she is stunned. After this, I go towards Zeus. I jump, do this. Chronos Rage, and attack these gals normally. Lock, lock, grab this siren. I'll Chronos Rage the last one as well, just for safety measures. And that's the last siren. Fairly simplistic, although it did get a little stressful with that siren over there not getting the smoke. She just decided to not get stunned. Now is where the true difficult fight starts. That first fight over there can get hard, but it's nothing insanely hard. So here's where the battle begins truly. Parry this, boom, do this as a punish. It's very beautiful. So after he does this, you want to parry the bolt, air trick, God of War 2 yourself. Okay, I'll show again another demo on what to do. So whenever he does this, boom, 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 boom. Don't get too close to comfort. He might go with the bolts like this. And don't shoot him when he's wandering around. He might look wide open, but he's dangerous. Parry that. Be very careful when he chains the bolts. And if you miss one of your Divine Retribution lasers, it is what it is. Don't follow up. That went very smoothly. Now onto the easy phases. Whenever you have the blades, it's the easy phase. What you do is this. Do not waste your rage. You have level 4 blades. You don't really need that level 5 blades damage. Do be careful though, don't get way too close. Loves to block. Timothy. This man loved me a little blocking, huh? Amazing. I've connected a lot of T3 back to back. And that's that. Nope. That attack that he does has no startup. It like instantly damages you if he's close by. That's why I'm taking my fair time to just attack him from afar. But not too far, while also not being too close where I get sucked up into his area. Now we're back to another risky phase with the Blade of Olympus. You don't evolve the blades, you upgrade them. Silly, you know we evolved them, come on now. So you might say, why aren't you using magic? It's because you need magic. Bing! You need magic for the last phase to be completely safe. Don't fire again if you miss your initial shot. You never know when he randomly decides to bolt you. Like this. And the bolts in here are fucking fast. They're very brutal. Did he duck that Divine Retribution laser or what? Ah, took way too long. I have a sniper in hand, but it's just risky to use it. Really? That missed? We're finally onto another easy phase where we have the blades. So what you do is you activate Rage, Chronos Rage. Just like that. And that's the Oko. That's God of War 2 Oko for you. At that last phase, you have to hit him while he's in mid animations and you have Rage active. And it doesn't matter what you hit him with. I think you hit him just once and that's that. And that's it, that's the Oko. It's done! This is how it would have happened if an ideal Oko from the start to the end would have happened. These are the strats. Half Oko, you mean? No, not even an Oko. Look, when I say this, the Oko, I just mean if it went right, this is how it would have been. This is not even a half Oko. This was just a segmented restart of no damage sections and whatnot. And now let's humor this QTE right here. Even though if I failed it, I would have counted the Oko. Not that I will fail it, but you know. Cock over. Zeus and no damage is very scary, I would say. But it's done.
Release me from this torment of mine.
I will release you from your life, my son, but your torment is just beginning.
More like no-co, I guess. Boom, boom. Worst case scenario, you'll end up back in Valhalla. It did wonders for me. Forefathers one and all, bear witness. It's all cover. And that's that. So thank you guys for tuning in to every Oko part. I hope you guys had your fair share of fun, especially with the Ls. Oko Ls are always funny. I can't deny that. Like looking back at the yesterday's stream, I looked back at it today, and I was like this for a whole 3 minutes. You can't deny that that's not funny. But yeah, the journey was fun. You got to see me job. You got to see me come up with amazing strats that I'll never forget. And yeah, that's it. I guess that's the Oko. See you in 2 weeks, Lamau. It ain't happening, man. This is different. God of War 3, I get it. But 2, just nah. Nah. So yeah, that would have been the continuation to yesterday's run that failed due to a shitty execution. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. This is the end of the stream. I hope at least we'll get a video talking about the journey. Nah, nothing. I don't want to touch this fucking game ever again. What I have planned for God of War 2 in the future is Spear of Destiny only. I guess a weapon specialty, Spear of Destiny. Maybe I'll spice it up and make it a Pain Plus Spear of Destiny, or maybe I'll actually upgrade it and do a weapon specialty fully. GG's, it was always fun watching the streams. Thank you, Heliax. I'm glad you enjoy them. Why not go one more goodbye try? Nah. I know when to stop with God of War 2's Oko. I've done it enough times to know. And yeah, thank you guys very much. This is where we reached the end of the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the strats. I hope you enjoyed the chat interaction. I hope you enjoyed the amazing triumphant moments. Because the Oko journey wasn't just L's. No, it had some fun moments where we defeat a boss. Come out on the other side triumphant. So yeah, Ascension tomorrow? Nah, not tomorrow. In a couple of days. I need a break from God of War, honestly. Feel way too burned out. And yeah, take care until then. It has been your Extreme Gamer Zestus. Peace.